Every woman diagnosed with MRKH goes through a journey, and I think we all come out stronger the other side. It teaches us things about ourselves that we didn't know before, and brings out strength and courage that we didn't know we had.
But I really have found beauty. Beauty in the community and beauty in myself. I still feel hurt by my reality, but I really do feel empowered and liberated by it at the same time.
My diagnosis does not bother me anymore. My heart will always hurt that I could not carry a baby or give my husband children, but I feel like I have come to grips with it. I know who I am, and my diagnosis does not define me.
I've now learnt that MRKH is such a complex condition that affects not only our bodies but our minds as well. It brings so many different emotions such as pain, grief, loss, yet it can also bring hope, love, compassion and great inner strength.
And I choose to sometimes grieve the past, but weirdly I couldn't imagine a life without MRKH, and I don't think I would even swap it now if I could.
I feel really empowered and a lot more positive about MRKH. It definitely has changed me in a positive light. It's made me really passionate, strong and courageous. As I know how difficult this journey can be, so I want to make it less painful for my MRKH sisters. It's made me really passionate about helping my MRKH sisters and connecting them.
MRKH has taught me that my journey and my options in life might be a little bit different to other people's, and actually that's okay, and that's not going to stop me from doing the things that I want to do.
I'm still growing and evolving on my path and my journey. And yes, MRKH has brought me a lot of pain and trauma, but it's also made me even more empathetic and reflective as a person. I don't want anyone to ever feel alone, and the way that I did, and it's made me turn towards MRKH advocacy.
I don't have to look very far to remind myself of my purpose. My why is my 16-year-old diagnosed self. The reason my life is about MRKH advocacy now, connection, vulnerability, insight, is because of these 4 letters.
You go through things and say, why God? But now I know why. I have been able to minister and encourage other ladies who have MRKH or fertility problems.
Being Muslim, it has brought me so much closer to God, and at times it's tested my faith, but it's also strengthened it too in many, many ways.
While the diagnosis itself is still really tough for me, I do think it has kind of been a blessing in disguise. I've met people that I otherwise would not have met if I didn't have MRKH, and they are such a big part of my life.
It has caused me to give grace, not only to myself, but to others.
For me, womanhood is strength, courage and love, and not the ability to reproduce. And maybe if I didn't have MRKH, I'd be closed off from this wider and broader version of worth.
It has helped me teach myself a lot more about self-love and self-acceptance.
I have gained a family of diverse and brave warrior women as friends. We have unbreakable courage, yet we are so humble.
I feel proud to be part of this community and to be in a position to be able to help and support others.
Still have down days because of MRKH, but I now know that life is for living and we only get one chance at it. And I only have to look back at my son, look at my son each day to realise that I asked God for a son and he gave me one. That's made me a much stronger, selfless person.
I always thought that nothing good could ever come from having MRKH. I was so wrong. Whilst the diagnosis itself is still incredibly traumatic to think about and even harder to talk about, I have met the most amazing people from this journey. Looking back, I now can't imagine my life without these women. They've seen me through my darkest times and celebrated my achievements with me. They are like my second family, and now I've recently joined them by becoming an MRKH advocate at age 18. MRKH has given me a voice along with the best friends I could ever ask for, so the down days feel worth it because I have you all to see me through.